Hello everyone, welcome to today's our online class. Today we are going to learn a new chapter from our textbook, class 9, textbook Beehive. Name of the chapter is The Bond of Love. So let's check what is there before you read. This story is about the bond of love between a sloth bear and a lady, the author's wife. So let's check this one. Can there be love and friendship between human beings and wild animals? Let's read a fascinating account of an orphaned sloth bear that was rescued by the author. Sloth bears inhabit forested areas, including the tropical rainforest of India and grasslands at lower elevations. Sloth bears have very shaggy hair and long muzzles. Using their claws to dig, they can then use their lips to form a tube which can go deep into the ground or into hard to reach areas like dead trees for their food. Their main food is termites. You can hear them suck up their food from several feet away. Termites means it's a type of insects. So let's begin the chapter. So here you can see in this small part a small introduction about this water sloth bears. Okay, so here we can go to the paragraphs. I will begin with Bruno, my wife's pet sloth bear. I got him for her by accident. So this is a first person narrative. The author is narrating the incidents as he was one of the character there. 2 years ago, we were passing through the sugarcane fields near Mysore. People were driving away the wild pigs from the fields by shooting at them. Some were shot and some escaped. We thought that everything was over when suddenly a black sloth bear came out panting in the hot sun. So remember, they were passing through these sugarcane fields near Mysore. So people were driving away the wild pigs. In that time, so pigs are attacking their fields, so they are trying to get them away from that place. Suddenly, a sloth bear came panting. Panting means taking heavy breath. Now, I will not shoot a sloth bear wantonly. Wantonly means for no good reason. Without any reason. Wantonly. But unfortunately for the poor beast, one of my companions did not feel that way about it and promptly shot the bear on the spot. So he didn't try to kill the bear, but one of his companion, he didn't think like that. He shot the bear and it died. As we watched the fallen animal, we were surprised to see that the black fur on its back, fur means hair, moved and left the prostrate body. Prostrate means lying on the ground facing downwards. So when that animal fell down, the black hair on its back, it moved and it left the prostrate body, left that body. Then we saw it was a baby bear that had been riding on its mother's back. When the sudden shot had killed her, the little creature ran around its prostrate parent making a pitiful noise. So that was the baby bear. It was riding on its mother's back. When the shot killed the bear, suddenly killed that bear, so the little baby creature, it cannot do anything. It is running around that dead body of that parent. I ran up to it and attempt a capture. He scooted into the sugarcane field. Scooted means ran away. Scooted into the sugarcane field. Following it with my companions, I was at last able to grab it by the scruff of its neck, while it snapped and tried to scratch me with his long hooked claws. So the narrator followed it and caught it. We put it in one of the gunny bags. Gunny bags means the bag which used to keep the guns. Gunny bags we had brought, and when I got back to Bangalore, I duly presented it to my wife. So he got that bear from there and went back to Bangalore and gave that one to his wife. She was delighted. She at once put a colored ribbon around its neck. And after discovering the cub was a boy, she christened it Bruno. Christened here means named. Given name. Christened it Bruno. He called it as Bruno. Bruno soon took to drinking milk from a bottle. It was but a step further, and within a very few days, he started eating and drinking everything else. And everything is the right word, for he ate porridge made from any ingredients, vegetables, fruit, nuts, meat, especially pork, pig, curry, and rice, regardless of condiments and chilies, condiments, spices, condiments and chilies, bread, eggs, chocolate, sweets, pudding, ice cream, etc., etc., etc. As for drink, milk, tea, coffee, lime juice, aerated water, buttermilk, beer, alcoholic liquor, and in fact anything liquid, it all went down with relish. So it can eat anything, every type of food it will eat, each type of drinking item also it will drink. The bear became very attached to our two Alsatian dogs and to all the children of the tenants living in our bungalow. Tenants means the people those who are living by giving the rent. People those are giving in a particular house or building by giving rent to the owner. He was left quite free in his younger days and spent his time in playing, running into the kitchen, and going to sleep in our bed. So he was enjoying us as a kid. One day, an accident befell him. I put down poison, barium carbonate, to kill the rats and mice that had got into my library. Bruno entered the library as he often did, and he ate some of the poison. Paralysis set into the extent that he could not stand on his feet, but he dragged himself on his stumps to my wife, who called me. I guessed what had happened. Off I rushed in the car to the vet's residence. A case of poisoning, tame bear, barium carbonate. What to do? So it's a case of poisoning. Tame bear means the bear which was living with the people, taming. So barium carbonate. So that is the name of that poison. What to do? Out came his medical books, and a feverish reference to the index began. What poison did you say, sir? Barium carbonate. Oh yes, barium salts. Oh, barium carbonate. Symptoms, paralysis, treatment, injections of. Just a minute, sir. I will bring my syringe and the medicine. So look here, the way the doctor was talking, he was searching in a dictionary like that. Barium salts, or barium carbonate, like that. So when you are checking in a dictionary, if you want to get any of the words, you wanted to check it like that, alphabetical order. To show that one only, here it is used as the way the person talks. He was searching in dictionary about that poison. A dash back to the car, Bruno still floundering about on his stumps, struggling to move, but clearly weakening rapidly. Some vomiting, heavy breathing, with heaving flanks and gaping mouth. So the baby bear was going to die. Hold him, everybody. In goes the hypodermic Bruno's cues. Hypodermic is a long needle used to give an injection under the skin. Remember, the skin of that bear will be too thick, and it was covered with hair. 10 cc of the antidote enters. his system without a drop being wasted. 10 minutes later, condition unchanged. Another 10 cc injected. 10 minutes later, breathing less stertorous. Stertorous breathing means noisy breathing as in snoring. Bruno can move his arms and legs a little, although he cannot stand yet. 30 minutes later, Bruno gets up and has a great feed. He looks at us disdainfully, as much as to say, "What a bearing carbonate to a big black bear like me, Bruno is still eating." So, after some time, the animal escaped, saved from the death, and it got a huge food items. So, it is looking at the author like, what a bearing carbonate to a big black bear like me. What will happen to me with that? It's very less thing. Another time, he found nearly 1 gallon of old engine oil, which had drained from the sump of the Studebaker and was keeping. Studebaker means an old American car, as a weapon against the inroads of termites. He promptly drank the lot, but it had no ill effects whatever. So, some old engine oil he took and drank. The months rolled on, and Bruno had grown many times the size he was when he came. He had equaled the Alsatians in height and had even outgrown them. He was growing, but was just as sweet, just as mischievous, just as playful. So even though he was growing, but he was sweet, he was mischievous, naughty. He was playful, everything. And he was very fond of us all. Above all, he loved my wife, and she loved him too. She had changed his name from Bruno to Baba, a Hindustani word signifying small boy. So, first name was Bruno, now it changed to Baba. The meaning of that word is small boy. And he could do a few tricks too. The animal could do some tricks. At the command, Baba Russell or Baba Box, he vigorously tackled anyone who came forward for a rough and tumble. So some actions as we command it will do. Give him a stick and say, "Baba, hold gun," and he pointed the stick at you. Ask him, "Baba, where is baby?" And he immediately produced and cradled affectionately a stem of wood which he had carefully concealed in his straw bed. But because of the tenant's children, poor Bruno or Baba had to be kept chained most of the time. So what happens? So it was very interesting and mischievous, naughty one, but it can do whatever the command you give, it will do. So even though there are a lot of children of the tenants, they are living that building itself. So because of them, no one can send him out all the time. So that he had to be kept chained most of the time inside the house. So here we can wind up today's our class. We'll go with the next paragraphs in the next class. If you have any doubt about this part, you can ask it in the comment box. So here we are winding up today's our class. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Bye.